Welcome back to the series on Building Stress Resiliency. My name is Jamie Sable and I'm a registered psychotherapist in downtown Toronto. Today's session, I want to talk about a cognitive error, or what we call a cognitive distortion, which is a way of keeping us stuck in a negative experience or feeling. They really serve no purpose but to just keep us stuck in that negative experience and that feeling. So we've talked about a number of different common thinking errors in previous sessions. If you want to go back to previous videos, you can go to my previous stories in LinkedIn, or you can go to my website at www.saibiltlc.com. That's like tenderlovingcare.com. You can always just post a comment here if you want me to send you individual ones that you've missed. For today's video, I want to talk about the concept of labeling. This is really an extreme form of overgeneralization where we attribute a mistake or an error to, as opposed to the mistake itself and the behavior, we attribute it to ourselves. So instead of saying, I made a mistake or that behavior wasn't great, it becomes, I am a failure. So for example, what I'm seeing right now a lot is a difficulty with eating habits. And so part of the process that I'm seeing is, I have a difficult time avoiding the snack cupboard at night once the kids go to bed. And if I can't avoid that snack cupboard when the kids go to bed, then that must mean that, I have a difficult time with controlling myself. And if I have a difficult time with controlling myself, it means I am failing at self-control. And if I am failing self-control, what does that say about me? That means I am failing and I am a failure. And so what we tend to do is we tend to attribute these big labels to ourselves just with respect to a specific behavior rather than really looking at the behavior itself. And so what we want to do here is, again, sort of pull out that thought record and, using that same example, look at all the different scenarios in which you didn't fall prey to the snack cupboard. In the last month or so, or the last 3 months or so, how many times did you win the snack cupboard game? So what we really want to demonstrate here is that it's not this blanket statement. It's that sometimes you may struggle with avoiding going into the snack cupboard, but it's not all the time, and it's certainly not who you are. Right? It's something that you do. It's a behavior, and so the problem with labeling is that we attribute this to ourselves. When you say, I am a failure, I am an overeater, it becomes part of your identity and your personality, which is much harder to change, rather than changing it to a statement like, I am someone who sometimes struggles with making the right food choices, right? You're creating some distance between you and the behavior, and that makes it a little bit easier to manage because it's not who you are, it's something that you do. So think about, for you, whether or not this is something that you engage in, is labeling, right? I even use this with, I see it with my kids when my 9-year-old calls my 11-year-old and she says, you are so annoying. And I say to her, it's really hurtful because you're attributing this personality trait to him that's really hurtful, as opposed to, what you just did was really annoying. And that's fair, right? So think about whether or not, labeling is something that you engage in, and try to create some distance between you and the behavior. It's something that you do. It's not who you are. Okay, that's all for today. Stay safe, everyone. Stay healthy. Stay kind. I'll see you tomorrow.